Hi, hope you have a nice day. Here we can see what are the components required for a PC assembly, a desktop PC. Actually, my purpose is for implementing a VM lab. So I have a motherboard that supports the 9th generation processor, 8 and 9th generation processor, and I have a monitor i7 processor, i7. It's i7 8700, that is i7 8th generation processor, and a power supply, that is Corsair 650 watt power supply. Hard disk, 1 TB hard disk, Toshiba 1 TB hard disk, 8 GB RAM, a data 8 GB DDR4 RAM. This motherboard, that depends upon the motherboard. This motherboard supports only DDR4 RAM. And as usual, I have a keyboard, mouse, and a cabinet. These are the things I'm going to show how to implement a desktop PC. Okay, we can place the components one by one. As of my experience, I prefer first we can place the power supply unit. The motherboard, processor, and RAM I usually place at the end of the assembly. That is very easy for us, and if it slip down the heavy power supply unit or something, it is slip the hard disk or something, so it will not damage the motherboard. So as usual, I place the motherboard at end. So I have, as I told, I have power supply 650, Corsair 650. Actually it supports the input 100 watt to 240 watt, so it is not we can use in almost all countries, almost everywhere in the world. I think we can use this thing. It is 100 watt to 240 watt, so it won't be a problem. Some features of this thing, yeah, this is the main features of 650. A 24 pin ATX power cable, this for okay. This is the ATX cable. 8 PCI connectors are there. 7 SATA connectors. We can connect 7 SATA devices. Hard disk, floppy drives. Nowadays floppy drives are not using. CD drives. 7 devices we can connect. This is a peripheral connector. Okay, X2 two peripheral connectors are there, and one floppy connector also there. This is the main highlight of the Corsair 650 power supply unit. Okay, this is my cabinet. I am placing the power supply unit inside the cabinet. Most of the users have a confusion that it have this part. It have a fan. Where we place the fan, where it comes in the top of the cabinet or it comes in the bottom of the cabinet, like it comes in this way or in this way. Actually here also a air venter is there. The thing is that if we place in this manner, that also fine, but if we place the cabinet at the bottom on the floor, it had only for the air circulation, only this much space is available. This is not sufficient for the intake air for the power supply unit, so it will make issues. The air will be intake through this area and the out will come this area. So if we are providing in this much space, it will not better. So I prefer to place the power supply unit in this way. So if we place the power supply in this way, here the CPU will be there, CPU fan will be there, and it had this much of space. It can absorb the air from here, and the out will come in this way. So there is a less chance for the all the internal things overheating and all those things. it is better. I prefer in this way to place the power supply unit. In other words also we can place, but if we lift the PC, if we place the PC on rack or somewhere, it is good. That also fines. I place the PSU, the fan on the top. Actually we need to tighten the screws. Okay, first screws we have taken. I just give some idea about the cables. This is the 24 pin cable, ATX cable to the motherboard. This is another 8 pin ATX cable, 12 watt 8 pin ATX cable to the motherboard. This is the PCI connector. Actually two PCI connectors are available with the power supply CBS650, and 7 SATA connectors. This is the 7 SATA connectors. We can connect 7 SATA devices. Actually earlier I made a mistake that 8 PCI connectors. There's not 8 PCI connectors, only 2 PCI connectors are available with the VS650. After the power supply unit, we can connect the hard drive. I had a 3.5-inch hard drive of 1 TB data storage size or Toshiba. Actually this hard disk we are going to connect here. 7200 RPM, 664 MB buffer. Actually it is storage of 1 TB. This is not a good, this is a good cabinet, so I don't need the screws to connect it. Actually it had some places like some bonding steps like this. Just need to plug that mounting devices here. Okay, before that we'll tell the two connectors in the SATA drive. This is this space we are connecting the data cable, and this space we are connecting the power supply from the PSU. That is, we earlier told that 7 we can connect the power supply to the 7 devices. This is the SATA power supply. That thing we are connecting here, and the data cable we are connecting here. We will see that in the next part. Here I am mounting the hard disk to the channel. Actually I need to just put it down and just press at that time. Okay, it is fixed there. Actually I placed the power supply unit and the hard disk. Next we are going to mount the motherboard. Next I am going to place the motherboard inside the cabinet. Actually we need to kindly avoid touch inside the parts. Maximum touch at the side. I am holding the camera, so there is no option without touching inside. Place the board this way. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Now place on the top of the screws. Here we can see where it is placed, right on. Okay. Now it is placed on the right position. Then we can tighten the screws. Okay, we place that part and we just touch it will fit or not. Okay, before placing motherboard I need to place this. Actually it comes from inside the cabinet to the outside area. This. Okay, now we can see how to connect the motherboard. Actually I have a Asus Prime Z390A. Z390 represent the chipset. Z390A motherboard. This is a high-end motherboard. There are a lot of we see what are the features it have. Actually it supports the Intel 8th generation and the 9th generation and processors. Hi, good. Oh. Actually 4 RAM slots are available. PCI slots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 PCI slots are available. This is the CPU socket. It supports LGA 1151 socket. This is the ATX cable. Then comes about the okay. Take the board. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it supports 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 SATA devices. You can support 6 SATA devices. There. Then what's the main feature? Okay, in back and what are the display? Let's see. What are the display it's supported? Okay, and 2 USB 3. Support USB 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USB. This is PS2 mouse, display port, and HDMI, DP as well as HDMI it will support. USB-C. Okay, this is the audio connector. This is the LAN 1 GB connector. Okay, these are all the things inside the is a Asus is a 390 Prime. Wow, great combination. Okay, what's inside the SATA cable? Yeah, this is the data cable. Actually, yeah, 3 data cables are available. This is a screw set. Okay, I need to connect a set. This is for the we need to place at the cabinet. Okay, it's everything. It's very well it explained. Let's see one more thing inside in the back side of the box. Just mention. Okay, this much USB ports are available. It supports the Intel LAN. Okay, VG display port and HDMI ports available. Audio features. This much expansion slots, 2 PCI slots. Actually 6 PCI slots are available. M2 slots also available. Okay. Chipset has been from the Z390. RAM is Z390A. 9th and 8th generation processor. Okay, let's see how we can place the motherboard inside our cabinet. This is the ATX board, so space will not be an issue. Actually, here we are going to place the motherboard. Before placing the motherboard, we need to put some nuts to place the screws. Actually, this is the space available here. I already placed it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, total 9 nuts I placed there. Now I am going to place the for setting the motherboard. We need to tighten the screws. First we need to place all the screws on the corners. If it is not well placed, then there is a chance for the screws become bent. For avoid that, we need to place the screws at the corners first, then at the mid part. Okay, now we have placed all the screws in the motherboard and place the motherboard as well in the cabinet. It is very easy. It's perfect. Next we can see the cable connection inside the motherboard. Actually first we will go to connect the ATX cable. ATX cable means the power supply, the power button for the cabinet. The USB cables will be there. Those all things we need to connect. Actually it comes in this area, a small area. We need to do it very carefully. Actually here it will mention what all the connections need to provide. with the help of this we can see the beep sounds, we can hear the beep sounds. Next we have few chassis fans are available. We can see where we can able to connect. This is the one chassis fan, this is the other chassis fan. Okay, this thing we are going to connect in this area. Here we can see it mentioned the fan. Okay, chassis fan. Here we can connect the fan. Next is the USB 2 and USB 3 cables are there. USB 3 is this thing. This all comes as part of the chassis. Okay, this thing we are going to connect in here. On slot is available. There we are going to connect this. I have a i7-8700 processor. Placing a processor, we need to do it very carefully. Actually, this is the side, it has a lot of small pins. I think we can't see that the small pins are there. In the socket also have the small pins. So how we know where we need to, on which direction we need to, this way we need to place, in this way, this way, this way, or on which direction we need to place the processor. That is a tricky part. It is easy thing. We can identify on those way. Okay, on the side of the processor, okay, here on dot mark is there. The similar on dot mark or arrow mark will be available in the processor. Okay, let's see in our processor, do we find any similar arrow marks or dot marks in there. Okay, this is our processor. Okay, we can see on the four side, one dot is available, left side this another one dot is available, this another one dot is available. Yeah, here on arrow mark is available. Okay, this is the unique thing. So we need to place this arrow mark in this dot area. Now we place the processor. Let's see, this is the arrow mark and the processor, this is the dot mark. In this way we can make the correct connection. Otherwise, if we press the lock, otherwise there will be a lot of chance for the pins will be bent and the processor will not, the CPU won't work. The damage of the processor or the socket will happen. It will block the entire motherboard. So be careful while placing the processor. Okay, and I am going to press the lock. Actually, it is easy. Just leave it on that way. It will lock it. Okay, I place the processor here. This is the area I need to place the processor. Actually, here lock is there. We need to open that lock. So on top the protection cover is there. We can remove this protection cover. Okay, we need to open this thing and we need to place the processor here. Next we need to place the RAM. Actually, I have two RAM modules. I need to place it here. Now one thing we need to keep in mind, if you are placing multiple RAMs, here we can see the 4 channels are there, 4 channels with the 2 colors. Actually 2 is black, this one is black, this one is black, and this one is gray, this one is gray. If you are placed multiple RAMs, we need to use the same color. If I am going to place the first RAM in the gray, then the other also in the gray. If we are going to place it in the black, then another also in the black. Actually, usually we are placing the RAM near to the CPU. So here I am using the black color RAM slots. One I am going to place here, and the second I am going to place in this area. Actually, need to little careful placing the RAM. Actually, here a slot is there. We need to place the slot in the right area. We need to place in the right area and just okay, it will automatically load. The second RAM I am going to place in the another black channel in the same way. Put the RAM here. Okay, mistake, sorry. Actually, I placed the two RAMs there. Next, we need to place the processor. Okay, next is the two important connections, the 24 pin and the ATX per connection. Okay, the 24 pin we are going to connect here. Actually, we need to place it on the right position and just press it. Place it in this manner. It will not be just a spread, that's all. Then we need to place it on the top of the bottom of the sink as well, small, and that, and also we need to spread it little. In this part we only need to add a small, not much. Okay, next we need to connect the CPU heatsink, or it's called a CPU fan. This one we need to connect. Actually, it has 4 pin. Here also we can see 4 slots are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 slots are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the CPU fan also have a power supply, so we need to find out where we can able to connect the CPU fan. Okay, here 2 slots are available, so we can place the power cable on this direction as well. Okay, I'm placing this on this manner. it on the 4 screw points. Just press this thing. A slight press is needed. You can place it on the right position and just see the arrow. Okay, it is locked. This one is locked. Okay, this one is locked. And one more thing. This one is locked. Then we need to connect the power. Okay, this thing we need to connect it here. That thing is reconnected. Okay, next we can see how the connections comes in the SATA hard disk. Actually, this is what I earlier told us, the data cable. I have two hard disks are there. Okay, this is the one SATA cable. It will comes. This is the data. This is called the data cable. The other end will go to the motherboard. I have two hard disks, so I need to connect it to the two data cables. Here this one comes here. Okay, these two I put in this way. I need to connect the power supply for the data cable, power supply for the hard disk as well. Okay, this is the from our Corsair PSU. Okay, this one will comes to this area. You need to connect it very carefully. Okay, that hard disk will connect it with the power cable as well as the data cable, and another one hard disk I have. Okay, that thing also I need to connect it with the power supply. Okay, the two hard disk I connected with the power supply and the data cable. This power supply cable comes from the PSU, and this data cable we need to connect it to the motherboard. SATA connection area is there. We will see it now, where we need to connect to the data cable. Okay, in Asus Prime A319 motherboard, this is the area we can connect the SATA data cable. Actually, we can able to connect 6 data cables. One here, second, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here we are going to connect the 2 data cables that we have. This is the first slot. Here we have connected the first data cable. We have the second slot. There we are going to connect the second data cable. Now we have all set up all the connections. PSU we have connected, the cabinet connections we had made, the RAM we have connected, the processor and the fan we have connected, hard disk we have connected, hard disk and cable connected to the data part.